Let's go back to the Cook Neon Hotline. Wade Neely, he of the X Sports Radio Network, WKSR in Pulaski, joins us on the Cook Neon Hotline as Giles County tonight survives against Signal Mountain. Wade, big win for Giles County again, right?
Yeah, huge night, Weave. Good to be with you guys as always. 10-0 for the Bobcats on senior night against Signal Mountain. Cats scored on the very first play. The very first drive of the ball game. They intercepted the very first play defensively from scrimmage. They kicked the field goal, so they had two scores in about the first 4.5 minutes. And they did not score a single point the rest of the ball game, but good news is they got their first shutout since way back in 2012, and they are eyeballing ever closer toward a berth in the Class 4A playoffs with this win tonight.
After the tough start, it's got to be that's got to be a great revelation that you still got an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And head coach Scott Blair told us after the game he took over for Walt Smith a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "Team, I'm challenging you guys. Obviously, it's been a rough and rocky road, but this is a talented team. These seniors have battled through a lot of highs, both on and off the field. It was a very emotional night tonight as fallen Bobcat Tyson Marks. He's honored before every single Bobcat game, but this would have been his senior night tonight, and his defense played inspired. I thought it was, whatever your beliefs are, I thought it was a weird kind of twist of fate that on the night where the Bobcats were celebrating senior nights with one of their fallen leaders no longer with us, the Bobcats posted a shutout here tonight.
Yeah, I saw your tweet beforehand and actually retweeted it. A very poignant reminder of exactly how fickle this life is and how quick it can get away from us. We're talking to Wade Neely of the X Sports Radio Network in Pulaski, Dennis Weaver, Josh Peterson on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show.
Wade, you kind of touched on it a little bit, picking up 2 wins in 3 weeks, and if Giles County can take care of business next week, it would be 3 and 4 weeks to close out the season, or 3 and 4 games to close out the season with wins for Giles County. What's that mean not only for the group but for the community? Because it was kind of it was looking rough for Giles County a little, through halfway through the season.
Yeah, no doubt, and there's going to be some folks that, and Coach Blair will tell you as much as well. There's going to be folks that jumped off the ship, and I'm sure they're probably getting ready to jump right back on. There's going to be folks, that stuck it out through the tough times, and those are the folks that make Giles County a special place. This wasn't a program that was built just overnight. There were seasons over a decade ago where the Cats were lucky to win 2 games in a season or 2 games in 2 seasons. So this is kind of it's been a rough year, but at the end of the day, the team kind of rallied around each other. They knew that they were better than what their record showed, and as a result, they've got everything to play for next Friday against Tullahoma.
All right, Wade, we appreciate your time as always. Congratulations on the big win, and we look forward to talking to you next week, okay?
Well, thank you so much. Good to hear from you.
And you're always welcome when you get that close over here to Tullahoma. You're always welcome to come see us, okay?
Forward to it. I may have to make my in-studio debut if you guys will have me next week. We'll have to see how it goes.
All right, I'll text me this week, and I'll get you the street address, okay?
Sounds good, gentlemen. Have a good Friday.
All righty, that is Wade Neely, play-by-play voice for the Giles County Bobcats.
I don't have to save him any pizza, do I?
No.
Okay.
We'll
as long as he understands, there may not be any of that left.
He's not a big guy, though. He's not going to eat a whole lot.
Okay.